Hello everyone, welcome back to the DOC2US podcast Health Tips Weekly episode 28. I'm Wen Xin, and in this episode we'll be discussing on organ donation. I believe we can all agree that organ donation isn't being widely practiced or even discussed in Malaysia. Organ donation is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful and one of the most altruistic acts anyone could have ever done. Unfortunately, according to the National Transplant Resource Center in 2012, there are only 0.7 organ donors per million population in Malaysia. To put things into perspective, Saudi Arabia has 4.5 organ donors per million population, whereas Iran has 2.9 organ donors per million population. And do you also know that in the European Union, presumed organ donation policy is actually being carried out, and it actually plays a huge role in garnering organ donors? This, however, is not the case in Malaysia. In Malaysia, the decision to be an organ donor is completely voluntary and should be free of pressure or guilt. And also, based on the latest legislation in Malaysia, no organs or tissues will be removed without the consent of the next of kin or family members. Before we jump into the legality or even the science behind organ donation, let's just listen to this story of an incredible young woman called Carmen Mark. Back in 2015, there was a story of a Malaysian girl who made headlines in Malaysia and Singapore, and she was Carmen Mark, who was then an 18-year-old. Carmen Mark had always loved helping people since she was a young child. One day, a thin blood vessel in her brain ruptured and she was diagnosed with arteriovenous malformation, which is a rare disorder. On 28 July 2015, 25 days after her collapse, Carmen suddenly had a seizure. She was rushed back to the ICU but never woke again. She was subsequently declared brain dead. When Carmen was alive, she had a wish to save people's lives. With her parents' consent, Carmen's organs, including her heart, liver, kidneys, and pancreas, were donated to 8 recipients, including one patient who had waited 11 years for a new kidney. The impact of organ donation touches so many lives in beautiful and unexpected ways. In fact, one organ donor can save up to 8 lives, and the tissues and corneas donated can improve a whopping 75 lives. Pledging as an organ donor is perhaps one of the most noble acts you can ever do with little or no cost incurred. It turns out that being able to donate your organ is a privilege because not everyone can do that. A person cannot pledge as an organ donor if they have or are being suspected of having Ebola virus disease, certain active cancer, HIV, and many others. In rare cases, the organs of donors with HIV have been used to help others who also have HIV. If you live with HIV and wish to be a donor, please register to donate. The medical team will establish whether or not your organs are suitable for donation. And if you're interested in becoming a living donor, do weigh the risks and benefits seriously. Clarify all your doubts with the transplant center and your doctor. If you would like to pledge as an organ donor and donate your organs in the case of death, you may register by emailing saya nak ikrar or I want to pledge to ntrc@moh.gov.my. The National Transplant Resource Center will send you a registration form to fill in and send back by email. You will receive an organ donor pledge card by mail within 4 to 6 weeks. You should fill the card in and keep it in your wallet as a proof of your status as an organ donor. And remember to inform your family about your wish to become an organ and tissue donor. For more information, visit Derma Organ on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And that's it for this week's episode. You can consult our professional doctors and healthcare professionals on DOC2US. Doc2US is a mobile application that allows you to talk to a doctor or any healthcare professionals via text chat at any time and from anywhere. For better communication, you can even send our online doctors images or voice messages related to your medical inquiry. Download Doc2US app on Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Huawei App Gallery, or use our web chat at web.doc2us.com. Doc2US is not for medical emergencies. In the event of severe medical conditions, please call 999. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time.